Okay, so imagine a giant that's been sleeping for longer than all of recorded human history, for literally 10,000 years, not a peep, and then one day it wakes up. We're talking about a story of incredible geological power, and the day a forgotten volcano made sure the world would never forget it again.
So that's the big question here, right? We're all used to hearing about the usual suspects, those volcanoes that are always rumbling in the news. But what about the ones that are completely, totally silent until, they're not?
And just like that 10,000-year silence was shattered. Ethiopia's Haile Gubi volcano didn't just kind of stir in a sleep. It roared back to life, and it caught the entire scientific world completely off guard.
So what does that even look like? What happens when 10,000 years of pressure is unleashed? Well, let's dive into the sheer, raw power of what happened in those first few hours.
The very first and maybe the most dramatic sign of this awakening was a truly enormous plume of ash that just exploded from the volcano. This wasn't just a little puff of smoke, this was the planet making a serious statement.
And here's the number that'll really put that power into perspective for you. The ash cloud shot 15 kilometers straight up into the atmosphere. To be clear, that's way higher than commercial airplanes fly. It's just a staggering amount of energy.
And yeah, an ash column that high isn't just going to stay put. It gets caught by the winds up there. This thing was so massive that it traveled hundreds and hundreds of kilometers, drifting all the way across the Red Sea to the coastlines of Yemen and Oman.
So an explosive comeback like this obviously makes you wonder, what is this volcano? Let's get to know the silent giant that's behind this incredible blast.
What's so wild is who Haile Gubi's next-door neighbor is. It's only 15 kilometers away from Erupted, which is one of the most famous and constantly active volcanoes on Earth. So while Erupted is this global celebrity with its famous lava lake, Haile Gubi was its quiet, totally forgotten neighbor, the giant that everyone just assumed was retired for good.
And that stark contrast is exactly why the scientific community is so completely captivated. This isn't just another eruption. Experts are straight up calling it one of the most unusual and important volcanic events in the region's entire recorded history. But this brings up a really practical question. Haile Gubi is in one of the most remote, inhospitable places you can imagine. So, how do we know all these incredible details? Well, the answer isn't on the ground. It's way up in the sky.
Right, so the Danakil Depression is brutally hot, it's incredibly remote, getting boots on the ground there is almost impossible. And that's why satellites are the real heroes of this story. They are our eyes in the sky, not just tracking where that ash plume is going, but doing something even more critical, analyzing the chemistry of the gases it's spewing out. And when we talk about chemical analysis, this right here is the smoking gun, sulfur dioxide, or SO2. Our satellites detected a massive cloud of it. See, SO2 is a gas that's usually dissolved deep down in magma. When it gets released in huge amounts like this, it's the telltale sign that a large volume of fresh, gassy magma has hit the surface. This is the chemical proof that this wasn't just a little burp. This was a major eruption.
So let's pull all of this together. We've got a surprise eruption from a long-lost volcano, and we've confirmed it all with high-tech satellites. But why does this one event matter so much? Why is it such a landmark moment for science? It really all boils down to three huge things. First, this is literally history in the making. We are witnessing the first eruption of Haile Gubi that humans have ever recorded. Second, it's a dramatic reawakening that challenges what we thought we knew about dormant volcanoes. And finally, and this is what has scientists so excited, this is a unique real-time laboratory.
It's a chance to study exactly how a massive volcanic system comes back to life after thousands of years of silence.
You know, the awakening of Haile Gubi is such a powerful reminder of how dynamic and alive our planet truly is. It just goes to show that even now, with all our technology, there are these immense forces right under our feet that we're only just beginning to grasp. And it really leaves you with a big question. If a 10,000-year silence can be broken this dramatically, what other secrets is our planet still keeping from us?